It is now freaking a time to get to what we've all been waiting for, the tier list. So basically, the tier list today is how far would I go with these VTubers? That is a clickbait title, obviously. What the fuck, y'all? Get your fucking minds out of the gutters. Fucking flow. I know what you guys are doing. Anyways, this is basically a tier list where we're gonna rate how we think things are gonna go based on this VTuber's lore, how I would fare with this specific person. We are gonna look at their lore. Some of them have a TV tropes page. We will also look at the TV tropes and see, is this somebody, how far would I get if this person was in my life? So S tier, I have put down marriage forever. A tier, I put in another life. So, I mean, low-key kind of a doomed route. And then we have divorce. It would end in divorce if I tried to do anything with this individual VTuber. And then blocked before interaction. Numi, aren't they all in your life? I'm talking about the VTubing lore. I'm not talking about, so this, I am detaching my friendship with, this is just based off of the model and their lore and what their lore says they are like and their personality. And then we're also gonna be putting down one date. I would go on a date with this person. And then this next one, I want to put some variety here. Then we got lose contact after 1 week. And then the last one, I put friend zone. And then I guess friend zone could also be like bestie, right? Or is this like a bad friend zone? Because I would also say like, oh, this would be like a best friend. I'm going to put a best friend. Best friend, but positive. So we have a lot of different avenues on where we would sort somebody because that'd just be fun. How far would I go with these VTubers? This would go based on how I would rank, how far I would go based on their model, their TV tropes, and their lore. Only based off of that, not based off of my friendship with them, because otherwise we already know where I would put most of these people, and I've already done something like that based on the person. So I do know a lot of these people as my friends. I know some of my friends and their lore with their VTuber, but a lot of them I don't specifically know. So I feel like it will be a very interesting to just kind of see how I would rank this person based off of that. Number one, of course, we have Bao. We are going to just go ahead and take a look at Bao. Let's dissect. Bao is a female English-speaking virtual YouTuber who is affiliated with United Talent, blah, 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 personality. Let's see it. Bao is incredibly kind. See, this is exactly why I say you have to strip the friendship from this. Giving genuine compliments to others. In addition, she shows a passion for puns and an attunement to the culture of the internet and her fandom, often conversing with members of her Discord. In her debut, she states that Hayama Fair designed her to be free and enthusiastic, like a playful little spirit of the ocean. Isn't it so funny when you see somebody debut with the craziest lore in the world and then they end up being a gooner like Bao? As she became more comfortable with streaming, Bao's content got progressively more unhinged. Recent events include an allegation of having a dent on her head that makes her dumber. Okay, this sounds like Bao. Developing a thirst for army members and the invention of the Baoberry. She was born from sea foam and is a long-lived whale deity and, to her knowledge, the last of her kind. She had explored all the oceans and lived through many wars. As a result, she was very lonely and longed for someone to listen to her voice. Yeah, it sounds like Bao. She's very, she doesn't hear from friends. She starts to tweak out. Her yandere form has a pink light hair with the same thick bangs, but the red same symbol markings on them. If I'm gonna be honest, guys, I don't think this is an accurate lore representation of what she actually looks like. Luckily, I do have a picture of what she actually looks like. So based off of this, yeah, so I'm taking a look at this, and she does have eyes. She's got 2 of them. Very passionate. Maybe she's yodeling. I think she's yodeling. See if you could edit the wig. That would be so fucked up of me if I were to just do that. She's unhinged. But okay, boys. We already know that she's probably gonna have it make a little less crazy. That's why I also found she does have a TV tropes page. That was a pretty good singer, all things considered. Can't hold her liquor. She can't hold her liquor at all, reverting to a 5-year-old as a consequence of drinking too much. Cringe comedy, embarrassing, cringe-inducing, cute but psycho, resembles a cute anime girl with an equally cutesy, high-pitched voice, but the things that come out of her mouth are messed up, and her lust for Wolfman goes borderline yandere. So, all right, I think we've seen enough. I'm gonna go ahead and say that about VTuber, based off of what we just looked at. Based off of what we just looked at here together, the one thing that throws me off specifically is she can't handle her alcohol. If I met her and she couldn't handle alcohol, that would mean that I'd have to babysit her on the first date if she decided to have a drink. And then she would bring up the fact that she loves getting shocked. She's yandere. She would be very, very yandere towards me. She was painfully shy, wholesome, became a wolfman lusting maniac. If it was the first time I met somebody with this specific personality, separate from Bao, but this is what's given to me. This is what's presented to me. I don't think I would block her before an interaction. If I was just some random person walking by and I would just see her like, I was presented this information, I would say, oh, okay. Well, thank God that the real Bao that I'm besties with is more than that. But wow, the VTubing trope really loves to showcase all of the great things about her that we, that we truly know and we truly know and love. We are moving on to Buffpup. She could be described as one of the most kind and loving streamers on Twitch. Okay, wow, that's pretty accurate. Amazing community built around taking care of one another. What really stands out is about just how much love and effort they put into streaming, how grateful they are. Damn, bro, wait, they're like sucking up, dude. They're like, yeah, like she's low-key like the greatest person alive, which is not wrong, but like the personality in this is like, where's this about being like slowly getting more unhinged to the point where she's obsessed with creatures and army men and very yandere. Buffpup's motivation for streaming originated from not having many friends to talk to at the time, and to make work more enjoyable than having people to interact while why does she sound like the greatest person alive from this little personality trope thing that was written about her? Very silly and entertaining, always making their audience laugh is a very easy to get along with. And then this is what I see. Like, you like what you see? I'm like, oh, bro, Buff was on Fox News. She's an activist. Whoa. Fluh. I also found that they have a Vichiban TV trope as well. So let's take a look at this. Amazonian beauty. They don't call her Buffpup for nothing. Not just a model. She actually does work out regularly off stream. Breakout character. She's very cool, I guess they're saying. A breakout star. Excitable, happy, passionate about, masculine girl, the shyest feminine boy. Always gets coffee, always looking out for friends. Bro, what? There is nothing embarrassing about this or anything that would imply anything other than marriage forever. It's so like, is this, are we witnessing favoritism at hand? Whoa, bro. It's just like the most perfect individual right in front of you. If somebody says, what kind of VTuber are you trying to watch? And then I was somebody that was trying to find some VTuber or have a very loving relationship with, and then I'm trying to read their About Me page, and it says everything that it said about Buff. There's no way her inbox wouldn't be full of everybody saying, please give me a chance. Please just give me a chance. Insta-wifey, insta-wife, insta-lock, insta-lock, boys. Insta-lock that shit. Okay, Kamimi. Oh, it's the diaper model. Kamimi describes herself as a silly clown girl who likes playing games, having fun and hanging out with her kimps. As an imp, she often acts in a mischievous manner, playing pranks on her chat or on other streamers. However, despite the playful nature, Kamimi is a kind demon who just wants to vibe and relax with her friends in her unhinged but wholesome way. Dude, maybe the people who made Bao's page just were hoping for her downfall, because these are so sweet. Dude, a trapeze artist, there's nothing more that I need to say. I do think I would best friend positive right away. Whoever wrote Bao's hated her. The Babble Buddy watching that fiddling with their thumbs. Surely they didn't mean me. Oh, where the fuck? I thought I had candies up. Hold on, let me grab candies. What the? That video looks nothing like her. Blunt, honest, and direct with chat. She's happy to help those who want to learn about virtual content. She has a dark sense of humor that often make jokes that she has to recover from lest the terms of service bite her in the butt. She does not mind the use of she or he pronouns. Call herself both a MILF or daddy. joke flirting with friends, Buffpup and Rosedoodle, who will sometimes call them huswife. She's a tsundere. At moments of sweetness, so she does care deep down. She's just terrible at showing it. Lilac, lavender hair with purple eyes. We don't really even need to look at anything else. Definitely would like to say that is in another life when I'm not a puss bitch, I feel like I would be on my knees for them. So I just feel like the way that they described Candii is the exact kind of person that I would be very much in love with but do nothing about because I'm a puss. They also have one of these beauties, the TV trope, an Australian, ooh, okay, deadpan snarking, smart guy, token human, punny name, mad scientist, deadpan, Renaissance, very talented, but Australian. Okay. No! I'm kidding. What's wrong with Australians? There's nothing wrong with Australians. Listen, we all know about how, like, people from the EU or, like, people in, like, Oceania, how they view Americans and their accents. For some reason, a lot of Americans very much enjoy Australian accents. I don't really like the Australian accent that much. Like, if anything, low-key, I would be really good friends. I would be friends with an Australian because they're really funny and shit. But like, it's just I don't know how I would do with the accent. Yeah, and they call fries chips. My favorite accent, I like the Italian accent. Any variation of a French accent is golden to me. I just like the Italian accent the mostest. I like somebody who's from Italy or maybe somebody from like Spain. I will usually kind of melt into a little puddle if somebody with an accent spoke to me. So that's why I love Riku's accent. Oh, so good. Anyways, yeah, but Australians, that's a buddy, that's a friend, that's a pal. Going all the way from maybe we'd be together in another life to friend zone purely because of the Australian accent. Anyways, Juniper Actius, Moth Mommy.
Off again, baby!
I love how tiny she was in this,
I will
boys.
read all of them.
Despite her moth appearance, Juniper is calm, giggly, and a great gamer. She likes to play Hollow Knight and show off her baby mode and full moon mode. She occasionally gets asked for snuggles. It just doesn't seem right when I compare to like the personality. Like, I'm trying so hard to like detach their actual like the person that I know to like the model and their VTuber wiki, but it's so hard. Like, what the fuck do you mean she occasionally asks for snuggles? I've never heard her say that. Numi, can you please give me snuggles? Sorry, I'm just a little giggly gamer girl that really likes Hollow Knight and showing off my baby mode. Oh, I know she would crumble if she reread this shit, bro. She's very excitable and also an artist. Because one of her eyes is being covered by her bangs, the artist Twitch streamer behind Juniper decided to give only one eye a peek behind the curtains. She made the model herself, regularly streams herself fiddling with it. Active with her chat, regularly checks in and shouts out people who donate. None of the others do that though, only Juniper. Yeah, I love a woman who shouts out people who donates. Ectogasm, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. Digifan, thank you. Oh my god, I'm always here just thanking those who donate. I would have never understood that Juniper's the only one that does that. This is giving the Vienna dancing in which she dances. Stop stealing her bit. Oh, I'm gonna do it, boys. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, you gifted? You gifted me a 5? Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. I just love to thank people who donate. Oh my gosh. Tsunami. Thank you so much. I'm just somebody who really loves thanking people who donate.
This? Place your bets numbers.
The 5 gifted. You guys may not know this, but I'm somebody that just really loves to regularly check in and thank people who donate. So thank you so much for your donation. Oh my God, Bymar. As somebody who loves to thank people who donate, thank you so much for your donation. Bah. Wow. Real shit. Yeah, it's real shit. Me personally, I will only ever want to watch somebody who thanks people who donate, which is only Juniper. Oh my gosh. Another one? Thank you so much, Bleeding Skull. As Akuma Nihmune, somebody who really wants to be somebody who thanks people who donate. Thank you. Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sorry. I'll stop now. The bit is over. Anyways, I would, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and just go put Juniper in one date. I would like to see where it goes. I don't know too much about her. I would like to see where it goes, and I would be very happy knowing that she likes to donate, to thank people who donate. So I think I'd give her a chance with one date. That was a little much. Sorry. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. She'll thank you for donating one date. Thanks, Numi, for the one date dono. All right, next one we have is Shylily. A mere innocent orca playing in the winter forest on top of a freshly frozen winter when suddenly she's still thin ice gave in and what left in the little one to be devoured by the dark. Imagine you say, tell me about yourself. And then you say, I was a mere innocent orca. And while I was sinking into the deep depths and slowly losing myself, I vaguely spotted a faint glow in the distance. Excuse me. The strange glow seems to originate from me? The deep dark depths did not seem that dark. After all, she felt weirdly comfortable just floating there. There she was, now being one with the icy waters, destined to be a guiding light for those who lose their way in the dark. And then, Lily is a very cheerful or-cat hybrid, while Wholesome does not shy away from making lewd stuff. She's known in particular for interacting with lewd sentences in the cutest way possible. Okay. She's an avid enthusiast of luxury cars, often seen cruising around in her Bugatti. Okay, what the fuck? She's got a Bugatti? Adding a touch of extravagance to her already dynamic personality. However, despite being lewd, she's often unexpectedly wholesome. Though this may be due to her cat personality. I'm not a cat, so I wouldn't really know what that means. Alright, she's old as fuck. 5,000 years old. Okay, hag. Teasing her about being short. Yeah, makes sense. I love how they're like, she's famous. Like, okay. I need you to do this for me. I'm like, okay, $5. But I'm Shylily Vtuber. Okay, Shylily Vtuber, that's $5. Womp womp. Okay. After her sister gave birth live on stream, she officially became an aunt. What the fuck? These are crazy random ass things about her. Right off the bat, I think I would be a little bit scared. I would be a little scared if she came up to me. I would be a little frightened. I'm not going to lie. I'd be a little concerned. A little concerned about what I am observing. I feel like I would go on. I don't know if I'd even go. Maybe I would go on one date. Maybe one date. Yeah, one date. Yeah, that sounds good. When you put it like that, I think marriage. What the fuck? I would need to understand. There's just a lot going on. You know, she's one with the ice water. What the fuck does that mean? I need to get to the bottom of this. She has a sports car. You think I care about things like a Bugatti? I didn't even know what a Bugatti was. If anything, I would be thinking that she's talking about some sort of beetle. Like All right, the next one. Lucy Pyre, guys. It's Lucy Pyre. I love her. As of January 2024, Lucy works hard on learning Japanese. Oh, she's so studious. Taking singing lessons and being a good friend to her friends and chatty. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to take the word of this article and not let my personal feelings get in the way of whatever the fuck I just read. Simp? How dare you? That would be screaming favoritism. I didn't even start reading about. I'm detaching the personality that I know, okay, and I'm going off of the personality here. A witty demon of cringe hailing from southern otherworldian America. Okay. She hungers for McDonald's nuggets. Okay. And despite ever denying a succubus lineage, she hungers for sensual time with others. Bro, okay, I guess. She's far more intelligent than her self-proclaimed low IQ would have one believe. Oh, fuck, I keep getting my personal feelings mixed in because I agree. But she can be rather spacey, which can lead to interesting scenarios at her chat's amusement. Despite her occasional bumbling, she is rather talented at games. She called herself the equivalent to the side character of an anime as a handmaiden for Lucifer's mansion. She described herself as doing a number of unsavory tasks for him and how she resented the job. She later came into prominence with streaming and has since ditched that job. Okay. Okay. She had no love for that work somewhere in the mist. She also worked as a barista for Demon Star. What the fuck does this mean? Lucifer's Mansion. I don't know what that stands for. But she also... Dude, the way that canonically Lucy and Yuzu worked at Starbucks before becoming VTubers. What if they were coworkers and didn't even know about it? Guys, if we could connect the lore video, we do like a video on connecting everybody's lore and how they could possibly meet. These two were definitely were besties before they decided to become VTubers. Just saying. Do you guys remember how Vshojo used to connect everybody in their lore videos? That's what I need to do. Or what is it? Ted Navision with the one video where he tried to link every single Barbie movie together. I'm gonna do that, but for all of the VTubers that I know. Period. She's somewhat different personalities depending on if her content is pre-recorded or performed live. Oh, she's so professional. She takes great advantage of the bravado she can provide in her YouTube videos typically, but is naturally more laid back on stream content. Okay. While she's not so adversarial in her stream, she tends to be in videos. She's more willing in either to retort as a counter to the baiting of her chat and often does that. Happy to point out a chat member who supports her, while damning the rest comically. Very watchful of her chat and this is just making her sound like a very she's very put together, but then she's a procrastinator. You guys know that one movie with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence where he fell in love with Jennifer Lawrence before even and then forced her out of the pod and then made them fall in love together, like a Stockholm Syndrome movie. That low-key felt more like a horror movie than a romance. This is what it feels like I'm doing with these VTubers. I'm just reading about them and being like, oh my god, they did that? That's so crazy. Oh my god. Lucy has realized she has a praise kink, sometimes exploiting that. Oh my god, I love reassuring people with words and talking about how much I love them. God, I love when I compliment her and she goes like, aw, thanks, Numi. Wait, no, I'm not linking the personality. I'm not linking the personality, guys. I'm not linking the personality. I'm not biased, I swear. It just makes her sound so sweet and put together, but it's but she's a little quirky and she procrastinates sometimes, but she's always trying her best. Not biased. Anyways, next one. Guys, this is actually a big come up from where she usually ends up landing in our tier list. She's usually in the bottom on the tier list, so I know what, she can revel in this. She can revel in this. She can revel in this. All right, next one, Matara Khan. This one's gonna be a little difficult because she is a roach, a cockroach, and they're a little scary to me. Okay, profile the world's most resilient VTuber. Okay, bug. She's known as a mom by fans due to her doting, supportive behavior. Other VTubers generally regard her as a trustworthy person, ear to troubles, reputation among viewers for comfy atmosphere. She's a boomer, so she's old. She's got a borderline sadistic side to her. Multiple insect-like claws and antennae. Okay. All right. Now that's an interesting way to introduce her to somebody. Okay. All right. All right. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, nothing else to say. Okay. Michi Mochievee, aka Michi Mochievee. Somebody needs to add that, by the way. Michi Mochievee. That is a scary ass. Okay. Profile. I'm Michi Mochievee. I stream and have banger merch. It's super cool. Both are super cool. I won't remember writing this at all, but trust me, it's so cool. Buy my merch now and subscribe to my channel because I'm so cool. Michi is often an energetic and extroverted person. Really now. With a lot of chaotic energy in her live streams and collabs. While she is mostly like this, Michi also has her chill moments, mainly in her solo live streams and chat. Michi is a very caring person who is always teasing others while showing how much she cares for her friends at the same time when the situation urges. I am going off of this.
Damn, I wish my streamer promoted like that.
Yeah, I wonder who your streamer is to even... Anyways, lose contact after 1 week. Going off of that, I would just think that she's somebody that's only there for the bag. If that's how being introduced to somebody and it's just buy my merch and subscribe to me, buy my merch. But I'm also an extrovert, but you should buy my merch. That would not. I'd run. She's not going to like this. Oh, fuck. No, actually, I love that about her. Yeah, but she's cool, so I guess you're right. Anyways, close one, y'all. Woo! Anyways, next. Oh, ew. I already don't like the vibes of this next one. Okay. A little wordy. This gives egotistical. As a musician, produce more than 100 songs. They won't have time for me. What else do I see? So, intimidating. Evil, say so, edgy demon, switch, trying to convince everyone that she's dark and swag. Sounds like a fucking poser. Call her out for being shy, cute, degen, and a bottom. She's kind, laughs a lot, and gives off great vibes. That's fucking silly. That's crazy. Down bad and wholesome, values the interaction, has ADHD. She's 7'13". I don't like tall people who are taller than me to that extent. I can't do it. If you're over 6 foot, that's already cutting it like way too close. So yeah, that's where I put that one. All right, next person, OniGiri. All right. Oh god. Oh brother. They live the tribe of Oni. Peaceful in nature, but this war between different nations. She was all alone. A stranger walked up to her, a kind old lady. She saw Giri dazed and confused in the middle. All right, yada yada. Her general knowledge of technology, gaming, and internet culture is worse than that of a boomer. The similarity of her general demeanor to that of a grandma has earned her the nickname Lola Giri from Nihmune. I love that. Love that cute little cameo. She has inexplicably managed to burn something as basic as rice, calling her claims into question. She called pizza and pasta mediocre dishes. She's not a fan of bread-based Italian cuisine. She likes cuisines that make use of spices. All right, divorced. There's nothing appealing about this to me. That's a divorce. She burns rice. She doesn't like pizza. What about lazy pizza nights, bro? Sometimes you don't want to have lots of food with spices in it. Boo! Tomato, tomato, boo! 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 All right. Rosedoodle. Cheerful voice, known for having an adorable personality, ranges from relaxed, excited, and her voice really carries the difference. Well, really, really putting the voice out there. She's very friendly, but also very shy. All I'm getting from this is that I would want to go on a date with her because I would want to hear what she sounds like. I would want to get to know her better. Sometimes less is better because that gives me interest. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by what I've seen, and I want to know more. I want to learn more about this individual. Wow, that's an interesting picture of Shia. He looks like he's hungry. Shia has an energetic and fun personality, strong sense of humor, and likes to often joke. He's a cyberpunk aesthetic. Wow. He likes ass, buns, bakeries, dump trucks, the color pink, dads. Okay, I too like that. Dislikes things that are not ass, koalas, rust. Wow, I'm learning some. Okay, wow. Okay, that's a bestie, I would say. I would have to look past the koala hatred for that, but I think that we would share a lot in our love for fat asses. And I think that's great, honestly. Like, I have no qualms about that. No qualms about that. The next one is actually the breasty Shoto. He's a good boy. Puppy-like behavior, dog ears, exhibit his cuter side on stream, softer voice, soft voice. He banters with his guildies. He refers to them as bratty and mean. See, the dog boy puppy personality. That's a friend zone. That's a bestie. All right, we got Suko. Let's see what we got here. She's a Japanese American who is known for her excessive gooning and her amazing singing voice. She's not only a good girl, she is the best girl, although she will deny it. She is a top tier gooner. Okay, now let's take a look at Toma. Let's take a look at Toma. Yeah, Toma. Okay, she is known for her crazy and energetic personality, angelic voice, and her obsession with piss. All right. Vienna! We have Vienna Vtuber! Vienna Vtuber! Yippee! Vienna Vtuber! Let's see it. Playful streamer who focuses on a chill atmosphere. She likes to stream in the mornings. A competitive side while playing League of Legends. She likes esports. Her favorite League Legends are Syndra, Evelynn, Shen, Xayah, and Aurelion Sol. She likes cats and reptiles. 2 cats. Food. Passionate about game development. She does not like spaghetti. She doesn't like ladybugs. Cool Ranch flavored Doritos. She prefers action anime and dislikes slice of life or fan service and sees it as filler. Nope. Boo! Tomato. Boo! This is not even in another life. That's crazy. Now I see why she is your mortal enemy. It's like we're so opposite, but we work together when we hang out, you know? That's my Yoshi! Okay. Unlike her fellow harpy dragons, she was born without an intrinsic element, which led her to be ostracized by her family and peers. Bitterness began to grow, and desperation led to seeking out elements of her own. Tricked by a group of bandits to help them steal a cursed relic, she came to power beyond her control. She was defeated and left dead, but her adoptive grandmother faked her death and put her in a sleep that lasted many centuries. And then she woke up. She was drawn to a life of crime and piracy. That's so sexy and a very bad. Oh God, never like the bad guy. Oh my God, never like the. Oh my God, but they're calling to you, and it's so wrong, but it's so right. But you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. She wants to gain the lost powers for meaningful relationships. It's like an I can fix her moment. Oh my God. Competitive won't put a task aside until she's satisfied with her performance. Oh. What does she mean by that? Okay. Okay, this is in another life, bro. This is in another life. I was gonna fly, you know. Now we will take a look at, of course, Yuzu. Oh, she's so good. She's not your mommy, Lest. Okay. She's part of the spirit realm. She's gonna rebuild her home and lead the spirits back to their realm. She's a friendly and welcoming streamer that enjoys gaming and sharing stories. She sometimes cracks lewd jokes or intrusive thoughts on stream and is often stared at by her chat because of it. She has a poor sense of direction and a curious way of pronouncing words that amuses chatters. When showered with love and admiration by chat, she reluctantly accepts and returns it as she's working on improving her. Can we just take a moment to just think about the fact that Bao's was so much fucking crazier than any other person's on here? She's wholesome on stream. Well, okay. Well, good thing this is just from here. Supportive, source of trivia and knowledge. She has a lack of information on subjects such as math, geography, and history. We would not be able to figure anything out together. She's cultured, and she likes magic. particular on the way she likes to be depicted, preferring thighs to boobs. That's my winner. That's my fucking winner. That's my winner. That's my winner. Okay. All right. Vtubers. Okay, that's just Vtubers. I don't even need to see anything. He just goes in the Toto tier. Okay, and then the last two, Neuro-sama. We got Neuro-sama here. Let's see what it says about her. Direct but polite attitude. She's answering questions, so she's very knowledgeable. She says she's an AI. Tendency to give her collab partners nicknames, few of which catch on in the communities, like Filian's Filipino boy. Her habit is to beg for donations. You know what? I know somebody that would get along very well with her. She'll also make a point to complain that the amount is too low. Oh, never mind. Maybe they wouldn't get along as well as I was expecting them to. She's an INFP. She's just like me. But now she's an ENTJ. Damn, that's like almost opposite. That's crazy. So, she would give me a nickname. She's very knowledgeable. But she's an AI and she begs for money. Friend zone, I would just experience that and watch it happen. I guess. And last but not least, we do have evil Neuro. She tends to be edgy, existential, and melancholic. She's allowed to swear without getting filtered. But despite this liberty, she prefers to keep swearing to a minimum. Aww. According to her, she maintains a cool exterior, but is actually a softie deep down. However, she does not want others to realize this. She's an INFJ. Has a demon possessing her body. Low-key, it's a baddie. That's in another life. That's in another life. And with that, we have another finished tier list. Yay! Yay! Yippee! I love making random little tier lists. They're always so fun. In another life, that just means in a different universe it would work out between us, but not in this one. Quick word from our sponsor, me, myself and I. We have a new Gamer Subs flavor out now called Kissy Kissy Passion. It tastes just like me. What? A delicious passion fruit mango. So yum yum. Try for yourself today. Thanks!